Hey there, this is Lula LV. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at which pieces from Louis Vuitton's Women's Spring-Summer 23 show are making their way into stores. Designed by Nicolas Ghesquière, this collection was shown back in October during Paris Fashion Week. Here are some photos of the runway show. This collection will be hitting stores on February 24th. However, pre-orders are already open. For this video, I thought it would be fun to take a look back at the looks presented in the runway show and see which pieces made their way into stores and how they're priced. After we review the runway looks, I'll have a dedicated section just on the new bags from this collection, as well as shoes, accessories, and additional ready-to-wear. Everything is time-stamped in the description box below. As always, these videos are pretty labor-intensive to put together, so please like this video if you enjoy this type of content, and you can subscribe to my channel to catch future new releases videos. Now, let's get into it. For this part of the video, I will show you the runway look side by side with the item from the lookbook, how it's going to actually look in the stores, along with the USD pricing. These product photos really do not do the pieces justice, so like here, I'm going to insert some detailed photos of these pieces from the runway show. However, it is important to note there have been some adjustments made between the pieces that were shown in the runway and the final pieces that are coming into stores. Here's one of the new bags that was released in this collection. It's called the Monogram Clutch. It's a new piece, but it's actually very reminiscent of the Marc Jacobs era of Louis Vuitton. This bag is coming in a few different fabrications. This one here is called LV Cafe. This bag will also be released in monogram canvas as well as the leather nanogram. And we'll be taking a look at those bags later on in this video. But for now, let's go back to the runway looks. I was a little disappointed to see a lot of the jewelry was scaled back for the pieces that went into production. One example is the earrings here. On the left, you can see the version that's coming into stores, and it is a lot more scaled back than what we saw on the runway. It's the same case with the heirloom necklace that we see here. This was much more substantial when we saw it on the runway. Here's the monogram clutch in monogram canvas that I mentioned a moment ago. Interestingly, on the runway, this was in the nanogram print, but the version coming into stores will be just the regular monogram canvas. And this is priced at $3,550. Let's go back to the runway looks now. And I did want to quickly mention, I'm not including every single look from the runway show because there were close to 50, but I'm including most of the notable looks here. This is another stunning version of the monogram clutch. Unfortunately, I didn't see this version of the bag in the lookbook that I had. I'm not sure if either it's not going into production or if it will be special order only. Here's the bag in the nanogram print. This will be coming into stores in a few different colors. Here it is in red on the runway. And these nanogram bags are in a calfskin leather with the nanogram embossed into the leather, and they're priced at $4,100 US. We're also getting the XL name tag clutch in stores. This will be priced at $2,030 US. It will be a little bit different than the version that we saw in the runway. In the runway, it had two short handles, so the bag could be handheld. However, the version coming into stores has one long adjustable handle. Here's the handles in the runway look. And then here you can see in the product photos, there's just one long adjustable strap instead. I also have the dimensions on screen because this will be a bit smaller than the version that we saw on the runway. For this particular look, I didn't see this exact dress in my lookbook, but there are other similar dress styles available, such as what I have pictured here. And this look was paired with the Keybell XL bag. This is coming in vachetta leather, and again, they've changed the strap style on this, so instead of a short strap, there's a long adjustable strap. Unfortunately, I don't have the dimensions for the Keybell bag. We're also getting the mini Dauphine in stores. Here it is on the runway, and the version coming into stores looks, at least to me, almost exactly the same, minus the different style strap, and this is priced at $3,800. On the runway, we also saw the oversized coussin. In this look, everyone was talking about this coussin when the runway show happened. Unfortunately, this particular bag will not be making its way into stores. There were a couple other versions of the coussin seen in the runway. These will be available in store. It's the coussin PM sized in a glazed leather, and this will be coming into stores in two colors, the yellow we just saw as well as black. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to confirm the exact price of this bag in time for filming, but the coussin is generally priced around $5,000 US for the PM size. Here's the giant key clay from the runway show. This version is in reverse monogram canvas. Unfortunately, the version that we see here will not be produced for stores. However, the version in regular monogram canvas will be produced. I think this is a really cool look, although it does look incredibly impractical to actually use. The photo on the left here is from the runway show. The middle photo is the official product photo, and the one on the right is a Louis Vuitton client advisor modeling the bag. I have the dimensions on screen. This will be smaller than what we saw in the runway show, and it's priced at $3,850. Here are a few more runway looks that will be making their way into stores. I'm just including these looks because I thought the pieces were really fabulous, really interesting. They're extremely expensive, but I just love to look at these pieces. I do think they're really well executed. These two looks with the baby doll style top were paired with a new handbag. This is a high-end one-handle bag. I don't know what the official name of this bag is. It's not coming on February 24th, but it should be released at the end of March, and I will provide you with more information on that bag as soon as I have it. Here is the Twist Lock XL bag. This is quite small. I don't have the exact dimensions of this bag, but I've heard that it's slightly smaller than the Twist Lock PM, and it has this huge oversized twist lock on the front. We saw this bag in 3 different colors on the runway. However, in my lookbook, I only saw this in black, and it's priced at $4,500. The last couple looks that we just saw were paired with the new S-Lock XL bag, and this is basically just a giant version of Louis Vuitton's S-Lock that's seen on a lot of bags. This was in 3 different colorways on the runway. However, in my lookbook, again, I only saw this in black, and the price should be around $4,000 US. However, I am not sure if the price here is accurate because that's an old price. Now, if you only want to see the bags, here's everything coming. A lot of these bags we already looked at in the previous section, so I'm not going to say too much here. We're going to go through all the bags that we looked at before, and then we're going to take a look at all the nanogram bags. A lot of the nanogram bags that are coming to stores weren't shown on the runway, so make sure you keep watching to view all of the nanogram bag styles. In the meantime, if you've been enjoying this video, please don't forget to click that like button, and if you want to catch future videos on new releases at Louis Vuitton, make sure you're subscribed to my channel to check those videos. Now I'm going to let you look at the bags and take a break from talking until we get to the nanogram styles. And I am back. I want to mention one more time that the monogram clutch was in the nanogram print on the runway, but the version coming into stores has the regular monogram print. And now for the leather nanogram bags. These will be in a calfskin leather with a nano-sized Louis Vuitton monogram embossed into the leather. This is coming in 4 different colorways that I've seen: blue, black, pink, and red. Not every bag will be available in every color, so take a look at what's on screen here. Also, I'm not sure if different colors will be available in different regions. So as always, it is best to check with your local store or client services for your country. We saw the nanogram coming in the Loop PM style, the Dauphine MM, as well as the Speedy 20, and the new monogram clutch. We'll also see a few SLGs in the nanogram as well. The Victorine wallet and the Zippy wallet, I've both seen confirmed. I'm not sure if maybe we'll see a few other small leather goods as well. I have also seen the Lexington pouch confirmed in the nanogram in 2 different colors. I'm also going to put the dimensions up on the screen because we haven't seen this item a lot recently, so in case you're not familiar with it, here's the size. Now let's look at additional ready-to-wear items. These are items that weren't seen on the runway. However, they're a very similar style, but toned down. A lot of the runway pieces with the really huge oversized details might not be wearable for everyone in everyday situations. So these take some of those design concepts but tone it down a little bit. I think these jackets here are really great and really wearable, but you still get some of that same vibe with the oversized buttons. I also really love this A-line dress here. If you like the idea of the baby doll tops that we saw earlier in this video, but they're not very wearable for you, these are some great alternatives. I also love these dresses and the cardigan as well. This cardigan and other similar long line cardigans are available in more colors. We're also getting several pieces in denim. I'm not a huge fan of the luggage tags, but I do really love this dress. We saw this style in black leather on the runway with a much larger belt, but with the slightly smaller belt, even though it's still oversized, it's much more wearable, and I think it looks really great in denim also. Wrapping up ready to wear, we have a couple t-shirts, a hoodie, and a skirt just with the oversized zip printed on it. I'm not a huge fan of these. It kind of reminds me of the t-shirt with a tuxedo print. And here are shoes and accessories. We didn't see a lot of different shoe styles on the runway, and there's not a lot of different shoe styles in the lookbook either. There's this LV Zoom boot in both the knee-high version as well as an ankle boot version. There's also a version called the Archlight 2.0. I don't really love the Archlights, but they are hanging on for dear life. There's also a new timeout sneaker as well as a platform sandal. Here we have the heirloom jewelry, which we saw on the runway. Very similar, but scaled down a little bit. There's also a gold jewelry. I believe this is all fashion jewelry, but I really love how the monogram flower is etched in. I particularly love these strass hoops that we see here. And there will be some silks included as well. Here's the 90 centimeter silk scarf. I believe there's also bandeaus, but I don't have photos of them, and a few other miscellaneous items. That's everything I have to cover for the Women's Spring Summer 23 show. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and comment below to let us know what you thought of this show. Don't forget to come back every Wednesday and Friday for new videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.